I take a little time off to deal with exams, school, and internal bleeding, and the whole world goes to pot. Well, zang-a-lang and salutations, my lovely little lunatics. I'm back. Well, we're back. And with my co-host, Bob.
Well, thanks. And hello!
Well, this past week has been fun.
Well, the exams, school, and, the internal bleeding.
Yes, taking medicine for my shoulder, including pain and muscle relaxers, messed with my stomach.
Which, of course, messes with the intestines.
Which, of course, messes with the ulcerative colitis and the internal bleeding.
Oh, it's been fun.
We're not a masochist, remember that.
Oh, yeah!
So, anywho, a lot of stuff's been happening, especially all the stuff at the border. Excuse me, I'm also dealing with the burps like hell. Whew. All the stuff going down at the border, we'll talk about that eventually, because it seems every day something new comes out about it. We'll also talk about what the hell happened with that Biden, who said this is what the general said for him to do, and the general's like, no, we didn't. But most importantly, we can also talk about what's going on in Australia and all. But right now, I want to talk about what's going on in the great New York.
Oh, yeah, Cuomo got booted.
And that other lady, Governor Hochul, got brought in. Non-elected, by the way. But before we continue on with that, make sure to follow us on the locals.
Rumble.
Minds.
And PocketNet.
We still are active on PocketNet, posting little meme stuff and so on and so forth. And also, if you feel like donating the asylum, hit up our PayPal.
Or donate some Bitcoin or Ethereum.
Anywho, let's get into it. So, Cuomo got outed. And then Hochul, whatever her name is, got brought in. And very soon afterwards, it became apparent that, oh boy, she looked at what Australia was doing and was like, I like that. And seeing as they have some extremely strict gun laws,
the populace can't really fight back.
Nah, not really, but they're trying. Let's just jump into it. Wham! From the Gothamist. After removing religious exemptions from New York health workers, Governor Hochul looks to broaden the vaccine mandate. This was on August 31st, roughly a month ago. Now to the next bit. From the National Reviews, I think. New York governor to the vaccinated. You're the smart ones who are listening to God.
She really said that.
She really did. Okay, blah, 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 blah. When asked whether vaccine mandates are worthwhile if they exacerbate the pressure on hospitals they were supposed to relieve, mandated supporters contended the severe consequence of dismissal of unvaccinated employees, which we'll get to that in a second. Yeah, no, this is the part. I prayed a lot to God. Give me a second. Wait. I prayed a lot to God during this time, and you know what? God did answer our prayers. Hochul said. He made the smartest men and women, the scientists, the doctors, the researchers. He made them come up with the vaccine.
The vaccine was under Trump, though.
And everyone was saying they're not going to get it. It's hilarious, the turnaround.
Oh, yeah, that thing on Twitter, the something else, where it shows like, I will never take this vaccine. If you don't take the vaccine, you're going to die. Like 1 month later, so on and so forth. And you continue on. That is from God to us, and we must say thank you. God, thank you. And I wear my vaccinated necklace. The mark.
Yep, gotta have that mark. Necklace all the time to say, I'm vaccinated. All of you, yes, I know you're vaccinated. You're the smart ones. But you know there's people out there who aren't listening to God and what God says. You know who they are. Now, if we take a look at right here, black people as a share of COVID-19 vaccinations, case deaths, total population, September 2021. Now, as we look here, there's percentage of vaccinations, percentage of cases, percentage of deaths, percentage of total population. They only make up 14% of the actual people who have vaccination. We don't know about deaths there. Now, we don't know about number of cases. Number of deaths, 21%. And total population, 16% of New York. So, all that kind of stuff of people talking about the whole, like, hey, it's the rights that's racist and all, and now they're forcing you to have, like, the actual cards and all. But it's seeming to me that the Democrats are the ones forcing all this kind of stuff are the real racist ones, because as we all know, back with the whole syphilis stuff, the government had fun just messing with African Americans without telling them about it.
Oh yeah, they would inject them with syphilis and then say they were helping them, but actually didn't do anything,
just to see what happens.
It's disturbing.
And yet, the right is the racist ones. Anyways, continuing on. From the Daily Mail. New York Governor Kathy Hochul tells healthcare workers who refused COVID shot they will be fired after a group of nurses sued her over the mandate. No religious exemption for you. No medical exemption for you. Do as I say or lose your job.
Sounds exactly like Australia.
Oh, yes. Sounds also a bit actually, not China yet. They're not welding people in their doors.
Not yet.
During a recent trip to Rochester on Wednesday, Hochul said healthcare workers who refuse to get the vaccine will be replaced. Hochul's comments come 1 week after a lawsuit was launched by healthcare professionals who objected to New York's vaccine mandate. The plaintiffs are all Christians who say New York's requirement violates their constitutional rights in various ways, in addition to their religious beliefs.
Constitution? What's that?
Something that's supposed to protect the American citizen.
We don't care about that. We have executive orders.
Ah, yes. I give myself this power, which I'm not going to return because whoever makes up new laws and then sunsets them later.
No one.
No one. Because why would I ever return power to the masses? In response to the lawsuit, Hochul said Wednesday she's not aware of any major religious group that prohibits followers from receiving COVID-19 vaccination. Well, here's the whole problem between that, because it was the way it was founded. Wasn't it used with infant stem cells?
Yes, during the creation of it was.
And that's a big thing for certain, especially Christians who just straight up, no. Now, there aren't stem cells in the new thing, in the actual COVID thing, but at the same time, screw you. I don't have to take it. It doesn't protect you from getting the virus. It doesn't protect you from spreading the virus. The CDC has said this. The WHO has said this. YouTube, I am not a doctor. Go talk to your doctor about it. Once again, I can't get it because my doctors have literally went to 2 doctors and they both said, no. So, continuing on. Everyone from the Pope on down is encouraging people to get vaccinated, Hochul said Wednesday. Okay, they can encourage, but at the same time, here's the whole thing. It's my religious exemption. I don't that's it. Like, it's ingrained in our Constitution. But once again,
they don't care.
No, they don't. Continuing on. Federal judges rule New York City can force its 7,500 unvaccinated teachers to have a COVID shot, as critics warn it'll cause staff shortages, and Mayor Bill de Blasio warns educators to have a shot by Friday or face the axe. 3-judge panel allows New York City to impose vaccine mandate on teachers, despite the simple fact that children are the ones who will probably not have any problem with this. Department of Education says mandate would go in effect at the end of Friday. Teachers who sued to stop the mandate say they'll appeal to the Supreme Court. This ruling is on the right side of the law, Department of Education said. Mayor Bill de Blasio said 90% of teachers had been vaccinated as of Monday. Overall, 87% of all DOE employees received injections, according to the mayor. NYC employs 148,000 school staff, including 75,000 teachers. Teachers' lawyers warn thousands will be fired as a result of the court decision. De Blasio announced vaccine mandate last month amid a surge in COVID cases. Not deaths, cases. And what was it? There's some place that's literally saying, if you get sick or something, we're just going to call it COVID.
They're really doing that.
They're really doing that. I don't know if it's here in America or in Australia or someplace, but that's literally how far we're getting. Continuing on. New York's largest health providers say it has fired 24 leaders for not getting COVID vaccine as state shots mandates come into effect. 72,000 hospital staff now face losing their job. Why? Oh, it's because you thought you had no. Because once again, the whole thing about the abortion here in Texas, my body, my rights, that it completely goes away when we're talking about a vaccine. That once again, I think the studies are proving that boys at a certain age have more problems with the vaccine than they do with the actual getting of CCP-19. It's awful. It just shows you. They found a way to take power. They found those crazy social justice retards that will screech and scream and go to TikTok all day long.
Oh, wait. Remember the one thing, the lady who was wearing the Biden sucks shirt at a pool, and someone verbally protested and got thrown out because everyone was like, go away, you idiot.
Ah, that's hilarious. Yeah, no, people are standing up now. It's getting pretty bad now because, once again, 72,000 people could just go, bye. New York State deadline for healthcare workers to get at least one dose of COVID-19 vaccine arrived on Monday. And here's the whole thing, one dose. So they're not even getting the full thing. This is literally to force you to, when I say jump, you say how high. God, it's awful. About 84% of 450,000 workers have gotten a shot, meaning about 72,000 workers could be suspended or fired for refusing to do so, despite the simple fact that there is no long-term testing on this. People are getting sick. There's a good reason why a lot of people only get one shot, because they have such bad adverse reaction that the doctor's like, nah, don't get the second shot.
And now we're already on to the boosters. There's 3 shots now. They're going to be doing 4. And like, what happened in, what was it, Israel or Pakistan?
I think it was Israel.
Yeah, and suddenly their hospitals are getting overwhelmed with the vaccinated.
Yep. Silly. Just silly. Norwell Health became the first hospital system to announce that it had fired employees, about 24 out of the 74,000. Hospitals administration are preparing contingency plans that include cutting back on non-critical services and limiting admissions at nursing homes. Governor Kathy Hochul is considering sending in the National Guard to hospitals or signing an executive order allowing recent graduates and retirees to work, which she did. New York considers using National Guard to replace tens of thousands of healthcare workers who are at risk of being fired for not getting vaccinated. Once again, bend the knee or lose your livelihood. New York Governor Kathy Hochul might ask help from National Guard to fill in with hospital staff shortages to replace unvaccinated healthcare workers. Hochul was speaking at a Sunday service in New York City. She said also considering recruiting out-of-state healthcare workers to manage the crisis. Thousands of hospital workers are facing the possibility of losing their jobs for not meeting the Big Apple's Monday deadline for mandated CCP-19 vaccination. Some 16% of the state's 450,000 hospital staff, or roughly 72,000 workers, have not been fully vaccinated, said the governor's office. So, do as I say, or you will lose your livelihood.
There are so many people now, and there's no reason to stay in New York.
There isn't anymore. With everything being online, there's no reason to be there. You can do everything online. There are so many places. Hey, all you individuals, as long as you leave all that idiocy that ruined New York City with the Democratic policies, come on down here. Come on down to Texas. We will gladly take more nurses who have a moniker of common sense. But that's the problem now.
Yeah, people leave, but they take the exact same policies they voted for that ruined the place with them.
So yeah, that's the big thing. It's really, really sad, and it's hilarious at the same time. Yeah, it's gonna get worse. It's just gonna keep getting worse. After all, like, what was it now? Canada's banning a bunch of guns, including airsoft guns.
Really?
Yeah, because they look scary. And then, of course, you've got all this stuff trying to happen where they're trying to get rid of them, like more. They're trying to do more and more stuff. Like, what was it? They tried to pass a law through the spending bill to make, like, DACA recipients and, like, 11 million illegal immigrants just legal suddenly.
Oh, yeah, didn't that get slapped down?
It did, because the person, because, like, what was it? One of the persons who looks over that, like, one of the main people who decides whether you can put that in the spending bill was like, no. But this is the whole thing. Biden is at like 46% approve. His disapproval is like 46%. Kamala's is at like 49. They realize in 2022 they are screwed. So they are grabbing everything they can, and they have all the idiots on Twitter, on TikTok, on Instagram, screeching and howling. But in the end, enough normal people have gotten sick of it. We can't take it anymore. And here in Texas, everything's seeming fine besides the border thing, and at this point in time, I think we should just take federal taxes and use it to defend our own border. After all, we're defending the United States.
Yeah, we really should.
Anywho, that'll be the end of this little video. If you like this video, then shake the like button and subscribe for more.
Insanity.
And I will see you all later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.